guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do something a little different. It's still budget related, but it's not stuffing any money. Today we are gonna go over sinking funds and what my top funds are to possibly help you guys set up yours and get going with your budget and just help make things financially easier. Okay, so first, I already wrote all this out because my arm hurts and I didn't feel like writing it again. So our first thing is explaining what a sinking fund is. So a sinking fund is a fund created specifically to save or set aside money to pay debt or save for something specific to use at a later date. So, for example, if you guys haven't seen my videos, these are my high priorities. So these are the ones that will get stuffed over any of my low priorities. So for my thinking, so like I have my truck, my savings, emergency, gifts, future house, babies, wedding, new car fund is all my high priority because I know I will consistently need things for my truck because routine oil changes, brakes, tires, any of that stuff. You always want to have savings, emergency. It's just whatever works best for you. And so that's kind of what a sinking fund is you put however much you can into each fund as you can and save up for that specific thing. And like with mine, I don't have a certain date I need it by, but some people will have, like, for example, they're going to take a vacation in June of 2024. So you take whatever your total that you'll want or need for that vacation and divide it by however many months or paychecks or however you want to split it up. And that's how much money you would put in there to have it fully funded by the time you take your vacation, if that made sense. The top funds that I use, I have my emergency fund, which I recommend to everybody because my emergency fund has come in handy in helping me a couple of times lately. So your emergency fund is for anything unexpected, something you're not prepared for. To help with a medical expense or your vehicle or something around your house broke or anything like that, just anything that you never expected to happen, you'd still have it covered with your emergency fund. The next one I use and highly recommend is car maintenance. So like I showed in my high priority, I have a truck fund. It covers my oil changes, my brakes, my tires, my registration, and then I continue stuffing it with extra for anything unexpected. Like I just had to get, what did I just do? I had to get my struts replaced and both front control arms replaced. That's a lot of money. So between my emergency fund and my truck fund, I was able to pay that in cash. Even a year ago, even the beginning of the year of 2023, I would not have been able to do that. But I really, especially lately, have buckled down with keeping on budget and not just kind of, for lack of better terms, half-assing it. And the third one would be a health or medical fund. So you would stuff it for anything, like for copays, any meds, anything you would need it for. You could do, like, my insurance, I have contacts. My insurance covers all but $100 of my year's worth of contacts. So I have a medical fund as well, and I stuff to be able to pay that and not have to worry about it when the time comes, because I already have that. and anything medical can come up at any time. So that's kind of where a medical and the emergency fund would come into play to pay for that. The next one would be holiday or gifts. So say you started, it's for planning gifts, so you don't need to use credit cards or pull from any other of your funds to just get Christmas, birthday, holiday, whatever gifts for anybody. So you can set yourself an amount that you want to have by Christmas. We'll say you want $1,200 by Christmas. So then if you started in January, you divide that by 12 and you put that much money in per month. So or however you want to do it, you can obviously always add more if you felt like it. It just, last year, I believe, was the first year I had a fully funded Christmas envelope for gifts and everything, and it made life so much easier. I didn't rack up credit card debt or anything trying to get gifts for people, even the small gifts or anything like that. We're on track for the same thing this year. It's a big stress reliever also to not have to wonder how you're going to get your kids, your parents, your significant other, or anybody that you may get gifts for, even if it's one or two small things. It's a big stress reliever to not have to worry where that money's going to come from. And the next one would be travel. I wouldn't say that's like a must-have necessarily, because you could kind of use your emergency fund if really needed. It's for any planned trips or vacations or for any unexpected travel that might happen. So I do have a travel fund because I go to my grandma's. Me and my niece go to my grandma's every year. And then me and my boyfriend just started taking little vacations, just the two of us, once a year as well. So to my grandma's is a travel down to Texas. Plane tickets and all that stuff, it costs some money. And then for me and him, you got hotels and food and rental car depending on where we're going and all that. So again, some money. But more so, it would probably be a good idea for like the unexpected travel, which I said also plays into your emergency fund, because you never know if you're going to have to travel anywhere. Like if you have loved ones that live in a different state than you do and they get sick or pass away or anything, your kid has to go to a special doctor or you have to go to a special doctor that's not in your town and you'd have to travel, then you would have that money in here and not have to use your emergency fund. Either way, it could come from the emergency fund also. That's why I say that's not, in my opinion, as important as a couple of the other ones. And then the last one is a personal fund, because if you deprive yourself from things you may want or need, your budget's never going to work. And that comes from personal experience for me, because I would never budget in any spending money for me. I would just budget my bills, my sinking funds. I've now started doing the savings challenges. I would never do anything for me. Well, I started doing some personal or spending money from each of my checks, and I've noticed a huge difference. Sometimes I have money left at the end of the week, and that's part of what goes into my savings challenges now. And just don't forget about yourself. I know you're trying to prioritize everything else and everyone else, but you have to prioritize yourself as well. So that is for anything you may want or need for yourself without breaking your budget or putting it on a credit card because you're at the store or something and you see something you always wanted. Well, if you have your personal fund, you can just get that. And that's for it. It helps with, I know a lot of people have asked other budgeters on YouTube, well, what do I do about emotional shopping? Give yourself a personal fund. Give yourself an allotted amount of money set aside. When you have those days, you have that money sitting there for you without having to charge it or use something else and mess up your whole budget or take out of sinking funds and other stuff. Trust me, I did that before. This is the farthest I've come with my budgeting journey, and I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I counted it the other day. Everything I have, every sinking fund, savings challenge, everything. And I have almost $5,000 set aside for certain things that I want or need. I don't think I've ever made it over $1,000, to be honest, because I would always start charging something, or I would take from one fund for something else that I wanted. And I just never really stuck to it because I never gave myself my own money, if that makes sense. Growing up, my mom would always say, or like even more recently, because when I started doing my own business, which is custom tumblers and cups and everything, which I'll show you a quick example of because I have one sitting here. Some stuff like this. This one's not perfect. It's kind of a flawed one. True Crime Junkie. It's pretty cool, and it's got the blood drip. But yeah, when I told her I was interested in that, she always said, well, once you start making a profit, pay yourself first. And I never really understood why until I started really focusing and seeing other budgeters on YouTube and everything. And I understand why, because if you don't, you're going to waste your money on everything else. I hope that was understandable and you guys enjoyed that. If you did and you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. There's a couple different places it'll pop up. I have my watermark in the corner that you can click on and it'll pop up. And if you are subscribed, make sure that bell's on so you get notified when I upload. Like, comment, share with your friends and family so we can try to help other people get control of their finances, especially with the way prices are nowadays. Any little bit can help everybody. I will see you guys next time. Bye.